Hey, what's up everyone? This is Ruairi. I'm here with my friend and roommate, Craig Hunt. If you don't know him, he is a 2:15 marathoner, and he actually got, was it 46 at the Olympic trials?
45th.
45th. That was our other roommate. So 45th place, got to get that right. We currently have with us a few iterations of the Nike Vaporfly. Basically, there's technically 4 versions. We're going to talk about the 3 main ones, and we're going to hear from Craig how he thinks the new Nike Alphafly compares. You may have heard that the U.S. Olympic trials runners at the marathon received these for free. Now you decide to wear them out the box, right?
Yep.
Which doesn't really happen a lot with other shoes.
Yeah, so I got these shoes just the day before the race. So I tried them on once. I didn't even do a warm-up or a run or anything in them. I just literally, I think I did like 2 strides when I was like trying to figure out what size I wanted, and that was it.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. I had this with the Next Percent where, again, I wore them out the box. I had no blisters or any other issues when racing. But when I first put these on, I'd say it was most comparable to those moon shoes from the TV show Arthur.
Moon boots. Wow.
It felt like I could literally jump up and...
Yeah, I mean, the Alphaflies compared to the Next Percent just felt way more springy. You know, if I had to do a full-out sprint, I'd probably choose the 4% or the Next Percent,
Okay.
because these had so much cushion that you weren't going to get the quick response off the ground. But in a marathon, a half marathon, you're going to get the perfect response with cushion and energy return.
Let's just look at the upper briefly. You can see it's kind of advanced from, this is more of a fabric type upper right here. Then we have more of kind of a plastic type upper, synthetic, where it seems like this was kind of nice because it prevents water from getting in if you run through puddles. How would you say the upper compares? Noticeable?
I'd say it's kind of a balance between the two. Like, it has that meshy look and feeling like the 4%, so it has a little more of this, you know, almost like sweat resistant wicking material.
I guess we can compare all 3 grips here. You're going to notice there's been a progression. These shoes have the most wear, so naturally they're going to be flatter. So the Next Percent had a little bit of grip, and then you're going to notice the Alphafly actually has the most advanced grip. Did you notice more traction when wearing these?
Not necessarily, especially on the roads. I feel like it doesn't take too much traction to, you know, for a shoe to have a good grip on the road. But
so that's a good point. Most people are wearing these on the roads. I have seen some videos out there where people are wearing them on the track, which seems kind of crazy because from what I could tell, at least in the Next Percent, I had some issues with wobbling. I felt kind of off kilter on turns where it felt like I was almost going to roll an ankle. Did you notice that with the newer shoe?
yeah, definitely, especially with the higher stack height, going around some of the sharp turns. I mean, we had multiple, you know, dozens of 180-degree turns at the marathon trials, and these things were not friendly to those. But if I had to go straight, this is my shoe. I mean, no turns, this thing's gonna propel you forward like no other shoe.
And the AirPods would also be a key difference. Did you notice those underneath your foot?
You know, I didn't really, you know, notice that specifically. I just noticed in general that they were a little more cushiony and a little more spring to them.
Agreed. When I saw this design and first put them on my feet, I thought I would feel like I'm more up on my toes, but I didn't really get that effect. I would say the longer I wore this, I did not wear it in a full race like you though, it started to feel better and better. Basically, these 2 shoes were pretty comparable in terms of weight, around 7 ounces depending on the shoe size. Now when you wore them, you've worn all of these. Was there any difference in between the weight?
I did feel these were a little heavier, but not significantly.
The new Alphafly comes in at a whopping 40mm stack height. Why that matters is basically when you have the 40mm stack height, it allows you to get more energy return out of the carbon fiber plate. Let's sum it up. In terms of the differences, when you first put this on, it feels like you have a ton of cushion underneath your foot. When you let me try it, I describe it as kind of having a platform. Are there any other key differences we should point out?
I mean, I really just think it's, you know, the amount of cushioning and response you get from it over a marathon.
So, hold on to this. If you were to choose between these 3, because you've worn them all, which would you go with?
Hands down, the Alphafly.
All right, so we're getting rid of these. Now, are these available right now?
No, not that I know of. Only on like eBay or auction sites for an absurd amount of money.
So they're going for $1,000 right now, I think, as high as that. I'm guessing most people wouldn't pay that. Now, interestingly, they aren't priced much higher than that on the Nike website. They're coming in at about $275. The only issue is that if you visit the site, you'll not be able to get a hold of them. They're still, I guess, waiting to do a second order or shipment of them. So until then, you'll have to decide if you want to pay that much. But overall, you would recommend it at the $275 price?
Yeah, you can buy these for $1,000.
Or you can get them from Craig. All right, thanks for tuning in. Let us know what you think if you happen to have these. We'd love to hear your feedback. If you don't, do you think it's fair for runners to be competing in these shoes? Peace.